Hey. All right, guys. So it's 8 o'clock. It's not 7. I'm gonna wait on some people to jump in here. I believe that you should be able to hear me now. Um, I am going to put it on the chat so that when people get in here, you can let me know if you hear me. I'm gonna save this as well on Facebook. So whew. When I tell y'all this is so stressful, like what? Okay. Eee. Whew. Nice. Oh my God, I can hear this. Okay, I got sound because I can hear it on my end. Ooh. Okay. So we're gonna wait on a few people to come in. Um, Let me know if y'all can hear me. I do appreciate y'all for giving me this final hour of your time. I mean, well, just bear with me for this hour because this is stressful. Um, I this y'all first actually. Let me start by saying this. I wanted to say, well, I started by saying this on my first video. So let me start by saying this. The very first video when you guys could not hear me. Thank you to everybody who has rode this wave with me since March. I started this show at the very end of March. Sports Talk Whitney B episode 1. I have grown. I told you guys that I wanted to start going live, and I am finally live. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, I know I just listen, we gonna just pretend like it's 7 o'clock, okay? It's 8 daylight savings. Whew. Okay. So I'm gonna just give it a minute. I shared the show. I'm gonna give a few more people a chance to jump in. And I just, y'all, this is so hard. Like, just wanting to be good for y'all. This isn't easy, but whew, whew. So thank everybody again for tuning in to Sports Talk with your girl, Whitney B. This is me. I'm doing this. This is season 2, episode number 1. Finally, we have made it to season 2, episode number 1. I appreciate everybody for tuning in, for being here, especially through the beginning days of this. I know I said this again. Thank you. But this is not easy. Doing this, especially sports, being a woman, doing what I do, it's not easy. So I thank everybody for making this easy for me. I know this is a little late. I planned on actually being away at this time so I can watch my primetime TV. So I'm not going to try to keep you long. Again, thank you guys for being on this journey with me. I'm going to start the show again. This is Sports Talk with Whitney B, season 2, episode 1. Let's get this show started. My bad, y'all. This is me running the thing along because I'm trying to read text messages. But welcome into episode 1 of season 2. This is our live episode, so I'm not gonna have a lot of graphics, as you guys may be seeing the video watching YouTube or on my website. Again, my website is plaster at the bottom. It is mywhitneyb.com, so you can find anything, everything, and all the updates on my website at mywhitneyb.com. Now, I don't have a lot of graphics. I'm not going to give you that. I will post some stuff, push some stuff up, but I'm going to try to look at you and talk to you the whole time to be a little bit respectful for everybody that's new, that will be joining. This is the studio. Like it, love it, enjoy it. I do have a call number It is a 989 number, so when I do start posting it, please do not let that catch some of y'all off of guard. 989 is a Michigan area code. It's just exactly about where I'm here now. Why did I want to get a 989 or area code? I don't know. But anyway, I'm not going to have y'all call because today, some of y'all might want to call like, what happened to 7? I don't need that. Not today. So I will start posting the call number. You guys can definitely call in, talk with me. Let's have some fun. I really enjoy doing this, and just to learn a little bit about me. I love sports. I'm just trying to introduce myself for the people who probably have never watched me live. But I do other shows. I'm big with. Tomorrow we have a good show for Rents and Robes, so please tune in to that. Rocky Road Media, thank you so much, Raquel, for allowing me to be under your brand. I really appreciate you so much because without you, I wouldn't even really be doing this. You gave me that push, that battery in my back when really no one else would. So I really appreciate y'all. Please, y'all, follow RockyRoadMedia.com for everything updated under the new umbrella, what's going on under the Rocky Road Productions broadcast umbrella. That's Rocky Road Media, ROCKYROADMEDIA.com. Let's kick the show off talking about Tom Brady. This past weekend, Tom Brady did take a big L to Washington. We all knew that was going to be a game because that was like the NFC wildcard matchup rematch. Taylor Heineke, honestly, I didn't even think Heineke was going to be the quarterback for Washington this season. I mean, not to say he did so bad when he had to take over last year, but I don't know. I mean, quarterbacks in the NFL this season is iffy anyway. So it's good to see him out there and to see him wanting that revenge against Tom Brady and getting it. But the reason why we're talking about Tom Brady today, guys, is because ESPN Plus is starting to stream a new show. It's called Man of the Arena. It debuted today again on ESPN Plus, and this episode was about Tom Brady basically taking over for Drew Bledsoe and becoming the quarterback that he is today. Now, Tom been quarterbacking since 2001. In 2001, I was really transitioning between 8th grader and 9th grader in that time. So Drew, we all know at that point when Tom Brady actually had to step up and take over for him, that was the first, actually, I think, $100 million contract in the NFL. And now he's out a couple of games. So I'm sure when Tom Brady, well, actually in the show, it seems like they broke down that. Like, Tom didn't believe that he would be the starting quarterback for so long, but he ended up taking that number 1 spot. So that was amazing for him. I can't wait to actually catch up on the whole episode, but it is on ESPN Plus. And I do believe if you don't have ESPN Plus, they have a streaming link on the ESPN NFL Instagram page. So you can definitely probably check the link out there. Football this week, y'all. I don't know. I love to the Lions, but this show is going to be about the Lions. So I'm going to try to save that for later. The time games is getting a little boring. The Kansas City game Sunday night was okay. I snooze fest because, we all expected honestly, the Ravens, not the Ravens, but the Raiders. The Raiders have, they going through a lot as a team. I did not do a show last week because I just wanted to take a break a little bit before in transition between and the pre-recorded shows. I wanted to make sure I got everything together to see how well that went. But with the stuff that's going on with the Raiders as far as the coach being fired because he racist, the player going to jail because he was speeding drunk and hit the lady and she died, her and her dog. And then the other player being kicked off the team because he posted some threats on Twitter or whatever. Their team is in shambles. I'm surprised they're still playing. They probably still playing because they got to get a check. But that's how they're playing. Actually, like, let me just go ahead and go to work. let me just do this because what are we doing? So I kind of expect Kansas City to win. Patrick Mahomes, the team, they really needed this. The thing about it is, it seems like Travis Kelce, he's doing his job. Tyreek Hill, he's overdoing it. Like, son, y'all have not been winning like y'all been winning in previous seasons. Calm down. When you make them checks, catches, kudos. That's your job. Like, stop doing all of that. Y'all not that good. Moving on, as I was saying, these primetime games in the NFL, they're becoming a little boring for me. Um, Yesterday's game with Matthew Stafford and the 49ers, this game, to be honest, I kind of expected the Rams to win. I was way kind of shocked. Like, oh my God, like San Francisco is really staying in this. The fact that San Francisco has won now their last 5 matchups between the Rams, and they come off the bye week, why didn't I expect for San Francisco to win? I'm guessing it's because of Matthew Stafford. Then they have Odell Beckham Jr., Cooper Kupp on that offense. What's the big one? Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey. It's like their team reminds me of the Lakers of the NFL or the Brooklyn Nets. Like, I always talk about these stacked teams, all these stacked teams, these super teams. That's what I call them. You have all these super teams in the NBA. They have created a super team in the NFL. So I'm like, oh yeah, the Rams are basically doing what they have to do to secure that W. At this point, y'all know trading Matthew Stafford and Jared Goff to the Lions, that cost them 2 first-round picks this season, next season. They had the compensatory pick for last season for getting Brad Holmes. They traded for Von Miller. That costed them some second-round picks and stuff. It's like y'all really mortgaging y'all draft capital off to make sure that y'all get a Super Bowl this season. Now, this season, in the beginning, it was looking real likely, especially when they beat Tampa Bay. We was like, okay, maybe Matthew Stafford wasn't happy or needed to be out. But now we like, okay, I know this Matthew, me included. Like, this is the Matthew I know, period. And not to say the loss that they took yesterday was necessarily his fault, but a lot of the issues are always going to fall on the quarterback, especially when there's turnovers in the game. Last week, they played to Tennessee. Horrible loss. What do you mean? Like, you can't keep throwing turnovers back to back. 2 turnovers in less than a minute. Scores off both. He turned the ball over yesterday. Scored off that. Didn't get a pick 6 like Matthew. We can't. Like, this is you wanted to leave because you wanted a better opportunity. You can't throw the ball like that. And it was, if you want to argue with me, let's go. The chat is open and the phone lines will be open next week. Let's go. Matthew Stafford threw at least 5 interceptions last night, and only 2 of them were caught. Congratulations, Matthew Stafford. At first, he was the clear front runner or one of the clear front runners for MVP. At this point, who's going to be the MVP in the NFL? I think if we could have to pass it to somebody right now, it would probably be Aaron Rodgers. Mommy, if you're watching this, I know you're probably happy that I said this, but yes, Aaron Rodgers would be my clear front runner for MVP at this moment because he's really the only winning quarterback at this point. Lamar Jackson, he's up and down. He's the one I feel like could come back and pull it off, especially seeing as though he's never won that title. Again, Tom Brady lost. Josh Allen's doing okay. They took a W. And I actually like the Bills. I did see it out for Justin Herbert with the Chargers, but, they're choking. Clearly, this is where Matthew Stafford is going. So, the NFL MVP right now is really up in the air. Just Dak Prescott. I think that Dak Prescott, if anything, he would definitely win comeback player of the year, but I don't know. I don't know. I feel like two interceptions in the first quarter, Matthew Stafford, we can't do this. Especially seeing as though you all in the media. Because when he was with the Lions, Matthew Stafford was quiet. His wife, she had the big mouth. Now he loving the media, all teeth, all that. Okay. He was all in the media this week. Oh, the turnovers killed us. We can't do that. Blah, 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 blah. And then you come right out the gate, turnover. Well, I mean, did you not? I mean, I don't know. You know what? The whole team, throw them all away from yesterday. Aaron Donald looked like trash. Jalen Ramsey, trash. Matthew Stafford, Lions, Matthew Stafford. His offensive line, what are we doing? The Higbee, he did score the one touchdown that they did have, but then ball flipped out his hand, touchdown. Couldn't convert on the third down. Y'all let the 49ers convert on a fourth down and score. What are we doing here? Like, ugh. And then Sean McVay in the post game talking about we coming back. Okay. Go ahead and get some rest on this bye week. Next, y'all, before I move further down to football, I want to move over to basketball real quick. I should have started there, but Cade Cunningham, I'm so happy that they beat the Rockets last week. Last week, I talked about it a little bit when we did Reds and Robes, because that's the day that the game was on last Wednesday. Thank you, Cade Cunningham and the rest of y'all Pistons, because I really needed them to beat the Rockets. Jalen Green was talking entirely too much shit for them to have to lose. Like, I can't imagine what more he would have said had they took that first L. First off, my dude, you coming from the G League, okay? Like, Cade's coming from college. You wanted to be the first round draft pick. You were selling it. Oh, I want to be in Detroit. I like Detroit. Detroit's nice, blah, blah, blah. And then it turned into, well, I wanted to go first round, but I mean, I wanted to go number one, but I didn't want to be in Detroit. Boy, sit down. Sit down. First off, you knew you wanted to be here. Second off, how is it I want to be here, but then it ain't nothing for me to do? Kill it. You just mad. You didn't get picked number one overall. I don't understand why he was talking all that junk in the first place, because, my dude, you played G League for Houston. You was on the Houston G League team. It wasn't like you played for the Motor City team. So what are we doing here? Like, I'm just glad they won. The Pistons play the Pacers tomorrow. They did take a really bad L the other day. I was like, the thing is, it's like we watching our teams go through this rebuild. The Wings are doing great. They're doing okay. I won't call it great, but in their rebuild phase, like, you can see the Wings coming out on top. Like, okay, they're winning soon. The Tigers are doing what they got to do. The Pistons, it seems like we're getting the pieces that we need. Now we just want to see the coaching implemented. I definitely want to see better coaching, better. I don't know what they need to do to get that great chemistry. It just don't seem like it's still there on the. I don't know. Maybe they should have more dinners. I don't know. I mean, do they have girlfriends in this league like Melanie was on the game? Remember in the beginning when Melanie and Derwin first got on the team and they sent them good luck bamboo? Do the girlfriends still do stuff like that? I don't know. Let me know. Anywho, the Pistons do play the Pacers tomorrow. And the Red Wings, they actually play today. It starts at 8:30. The time has gotten away from me. But if you're looking for something to watch, definitely Detroit Sports is on tonight. Let me move over to some NCAA right quick. I'm happy about Michigan. Let me start by saying Aiden Hutchinson was voted the defensive player of the week for the Big Ten. So I'm very, very, very happy for him. Actually, I was looking at the professional football it was a podcast, and the host was actually saying that David Ojibwa, Ojib, let's see, Ojabo. Let me look up at my board to make. I'm gonna just sound it out. I think it's Ojabo. David Ojabo and Aiden Hutchinson. They're the best actual pass rushers in the NCAA right now, the duo. I personally believe that both of them will go in the top 10. What would be nice if it is if they could have been drafted to the same team, but you know, in the perfect world, that's not going to happen. Um, I think that Aiden Hutchinson will definitely be like top 15. Now, Odabo, depending on where the teams fall in the draft right now, honestly, they say the Lions will probably pick up Thibodeau from Oregon if he's number one. But if I could do it, I would get Hutchinson over Thibodeau. I mean, he hurt or he be hurt. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he already looked injury prone to me in college. That's what I'm saying. Hutchinson, he's good. He's healthy. He's ready. He seemed like the kneecap biting type for Dan Campbell, and I'm all for it. Now, Otabo, I'm not sure how far behind Hutchinson he'll go, but I definitely think he'll go in the first round as well. Moving along a little bit to Michigan State, Kenneth Walker, my man deserved the Heisman. Like, this guy, he is something else. Like, I mean, at this point, he's averaging 147 yards a game. He had actually, last week, he had more yards than DeAndre Swift from the Lions. So, I mean, what? Go ahead and just go ahead and get the trophy. I've told you guys plenty of times how I'm really not one for Michigan State. Like, I've always been a Michigan fan. I love it. Go blue. But this year, I've been on it. I even said that Michigan State probably would win that game against Michigan. I do agree that Michigan is a more complete team when you listen to ESPN or NFL Network or whatever when they talk about college football. A lot of people do agree that Michigan has a more complete team because of the defense. Like I said, Aiden Hutchinson and Ojabo. The secondary is okay for Michigan. I'm not even going to sit here like they okay. The secondary for Michigan State is better than the one for Michigan for me. But I feel like Michigan State's offensive is explosive. Peyton Thorne, Kenneth Walker, Naylor, they good. I think that when you look at the whole team, you know, Michigan got it. This week, Michigan State plays Ohio State. That's going to be a hard pill to swallow. You know what I'm saying? Like, CJ Stroud, he has his ups and down moments. They took that loss to Oregon. Okay. They've been fighting to win every game. They all have the same record. But I do believe that this is the year that Ohio State has not been playing to the level that the team has always played. So it's a good chance, in my opinion, that Michigan will beat Ohio State. Michigan State, I'm not sure. You really have to watch film and put together a game plan. I feel to probably beat the team, but I just don't see it happening. Penn State, I don't know. Like, the Michigan-Penn State game was cool, but will Penn State beat Michigan State? Like, I don't know. Like, these next two games for Michigan State is tough. Whereas, you know, Michigan played Maryland, they'll probably win. I mean, they'll go into Ohio State 10-1. But I don't know. And when it comes to, like, calling for Jim Harbaugh's job, like, who are they going to replace him with, y'all? Like, tell me. Let me know. Who want them to replace Harbaugh? Who should they replace Harbaugh with? Because I don't know. I don't quite. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. And there's so many college gigs that's up. Like, LSU. I believe it's one in California. I don't know. I don't even see Jim Harbaugh really going back to the NFL if he was fired. That's a good question, but I do think that they'll beat Ohio State. To be honest, this will be the year if they will beat them. This is the best opportunity that they have to beat them. Because Aiden Hutchinson and David Ojabo, all they need to do is sack them. Even in the NFL, what you see is when quarterbacks are under pressure, they're scrambling, they're crazy, So with that pass rush, that's why I feel like Michigan had a better chance. Y'all, my man's Cam Newton is back. I mentioned that I do think that he would get a job in the NFL. I did not think it would take him this long, but when I told y'all previously in the previous episode that Cam Newton was cut from the Patriots, now I personally think it was his vaccination status. I don't think it was his status as a player. I think, actually, let me take that back because Cam Newton was shitting bricks on the Patriots. Definitely. He was not the kind of Cam Newton we knew previous, but this is him understanding and getting to know Bill Belichick's roster. Now, I think that Bill Belichick did the right thing by getting rid of Cam Newton and replacing him with the rookie Mac Jones, and even drafting Mac Jones because Mac Jones fits their offensive scheme. He fits that game. He would be more Tom Brady-esque for that line and do what they need him to do. Cam is that new age quarterback. He's a quarterback running back. We have to create plays to fit his style of quarterbacking as opposed to this is the playbook. You learn it. This is what it is. So it doesn't shock me that they got rid of him. It shocks me that it took this long for him to get another job in the NFL. Now, I'm very happy that he played and he showed his butt. He had a throwing touchdown. He had a rushing touchdown. He did his thing. And it was shocking to some people oh, Cam Newton going to play? He just got signed. He started with Carolina. He started with the Panthers. So the playbook shouldn't be, that far-fetched. Okay, we might have switched a few pieces around, but it wasn't like Matthew Stafford having to explain everything in the huddle to OBJ. No. And that's probably why he didn't play the whole game either because, it's still, him getting familiar. But in the game, he did what he had to do. 2 CDs, 1 throwing, 1 rushing. He's the quarterback we all knew and loved, especially on that Carolina team. I personally think that if Cam Newton would have had more players around him in the beginning like Lamar Jackson had, he would have actually had that big notoriety. But it was like Cam Newton was this hot thing and then boom, team sucks. I don't know, but I think he was one of the, ones to pave the way for these new quarterback running backs these days. You definitely had it in Michael Vick. Cam Newton come out doing his thing, and now you got Lamar Records setting history, blowing out, For the future of the NFL, these quarterbacks are not going to be able to sit in the pocket for 5 minutes and wait on somebody to get open. They're going to have to see the hole, realize that everybody is covered, and get some yards. It might not be the whole 10 or get them the first down, but they're going to have to do something, save the sack. And I believe that these new day quarterbacks, this is what it's going to be. They're going to have to be able to use their arms and their legs. Definitely. But let's get into my favorite part of the show, Lions talk. The Lions is not going on 17, baby. Not this season, at least. I was so happy that they got the tie. It was almost like a win if you ask me because it's not a loss. I could see the veins popping out of the side of Mike Tomlin's face every time they put the camera on him. Please stop putting the camera on this man. I knew then when I got the alert that Big Ben wasn't playing, I said, okay, the Lions might win this game. And then it's Jared Goff. What are we doing? So our boys come off the bye week. They 0-8-1. 0-8-1. That little one that they tied means that the Lions will not be the first team. You know what? Let me not say that because they could do it next season. So I don't even want to jinx them. But they're not going 0-17 this season. Sports Talk with Whitney B, season 1, episode 31. I said they can do it. Episode 30, I said, oh my God, they might do it. You know. But season 2, episode 1, I'm here to report. They not doing it, baby. Not this season at least. Let's start here. Big Ben was on the COVID list. Najee Harris, we was like, what are they gonna do? How are they gonna stop him the run? They did their thing. I mean, Najee had some blowout runs, he had some good runs, but he did not have the ones we expected. And they shut him out like the end zone. It was good. Let's give Aaron Glenn let's give him a round because I don't know what Anthony Lynn is doing, but it's like Aaron Glenn is literally every week like building a sandcastle out of a few morsels. I don't even know how he's doing it. I don't. I mean, the players are hurt. I don't know, but the defense of the line, like when the season started, we was like, oh, I mean, they got a good chance on offense, but defense, throw them in the trash. And it's like, now we want to pick them out of the trash and go to offense away. Like, what are we doing here? So I think he definitely has a future here on the team now. Anthony Lynn, I don't know. Like, let's get rid of him. He's not doing anything. Dan Campbell said, you know what? We've lost 8 games. I'm gonna go ahead and take over for play calling. And he said, okay, we're not gonna give Jared Goff the ball. Let's just run it, and they run it well. Now, if this is how the Lions could run, they had DeAndre Swift, Jamar Jefferson, the third string back, and he got hurt. I hope he's okay. But imagine if they had all of them healthy, because remember, Jamal Williams was averaging over 4 yards a run. So imagine if they were all healthy with this run game that Dan Campbell was putting on. We would all be happy. And then this back injury that they were faking about. I mean, well, you know what? I'm so sorry. Because I did not see no x-rays. I don't know if they were faking it, so don't let me tell you they were faking it. I know they weren't faking it. I don't know. But I just don't understand how we could be complaining stuff on his back, but y'all was still trying to take deep shots that just weren't working. Either way, Goff had about 50-some yards. The backup fullback was in it. This game was just. I was talking to my best friend. My best friend said, "Best friend, can you believe the kicker didn't kick that field goal?" I said, "Best friend, the kicker didn't make the extra point. It did not shock me." And she didn't understand it until I had to break it down. She said, "Oh, I didn't see that part of the game." I said, "Well, best friend, it's okay." But it did not shock me. Listen, after that man missed that point, I looked up to heaven. I said, "My God, please just let them tie. That's all we need. Just let them tie." And the Lord said, "You know what, Big Wit? You've asked time after time after time for a win, and here you go." Thank you, Jesus. Let's get to Taylor Decker right quick though, because he was a little pissed off after the game. He was like, "Why everybody calling for me to be traded or whatever?" He like, "I done did all of this for the city, and I thought y'all liked me." And I'm like, Taylor, Penei Sewell was drafted. He's a left tackle. I think he should go to right tackle. Taylor Decker should go to right tackle. Let my man be on the left. I don't know. I mean, actually, against Pittsburgh, they looked good. They looked good. Sewell looked actually okay on the right. I mean, I didn't have an issue with the line. I think they did a really good job at actually protecting him. And what's crazy is JJ Watt. Is it JJ? One of the Watt brothers, because you know it's they everywhere in the NFL. A few of them. He was hurt. So this is the worst time for these great players to go down too. Like we getting into, we need y'all at the top of this, the division playoffs. This good time for playoff talk. Like what? You don't need your best rusher down. Ooh, that's a Mike Tomlin issue, not a Dan Campbell issue. Thank God. But I don't know. Like I personally do like Taylor Decker and what he's brought to the and I will hope he will stay. Hopefully they figure it out. Right side, left side, what are we gonna do? I think it'll be crazy for them to have drafted Penei Sewell to change his position. Like what are we doing? Like this is what the Lions be losing though, because they do shit like that. Like they'll draft me. What do I do? Figure it out. They're gonna throw my ass somewhere. Hey, you bring your jersey and figure it out. Buy kneecaps. I don't know. It's just the fact that what we really hope that this is the year they going through a true rebuild. I listen, the Lions is not going 0-17. That is the title show, and that's it. Well, I mean, I'm looking forward to the Cleveland game. I think that the Lions actually could pull off that win because Baker Mayfield is playing like garbage. We don't even know if he's playing. They don't have OBJ no more. A lot of them are. The injury list on Cleveland comes out. You never know who's playing. I mean, it changes in the game. I'm almost to the point where I feel like they fake their injuries in the games to get extra time. I was like, I don't know. So when it comes to that, I think that the Lions actually could pull this off. I know a lot of people that's going to be there at the game in Cleveland, so I do feel like the Lions will have a lot of support from the audience. Let's take a backtrack real quick. So the Eagles game, I heard it was like nobody there, probably 200, I'm sorry. The Rams game in LA, it was so many people there. Minnesota, I heard it was packed. Lions. So I feel like our fans, so we got the kind of fan base that would rather travel with the team than see them lose at home, which to me it makes sense because I had a blast in LA. And I was kind of upset when I saw people leaving Fort Field. Like, what are we doing here? Y'all pay all this money for parking and y'all leaving now? Oh, So I'm going to get all my money's worth. I pay for this ticket. I pay for this parking, this beer. I'm going to see him lose 0-40. I don't care. I'm here. I pay for it. So, yeah, I don't get that. But I do think that the game against Cleveland, I think the Lions have a good chance at winning that game. I also think maybe we could pull Thanksgiving off. Justin Fields still have a lot to learn. The Chicago defense, though, is something else. I don't know. We gotta pray for golf, y'all. Let's collectively pray for golf. Hopefully, we can squeeze out these next 2 wins, and we'll see. Like, I don't know. But guys, I am creeping up to the end of the show. I do appreciate everybody. I swear for just doing this with me. Like I did not think we was actually going to be here. I mean, I thought it was going to be episode 1 maybe next week. I mean, I don't know. After the fiasco earlier, I was like, what's going on? But I'm glad that we got through this show. It was fun. I probably skipped over a lot of my notes. If you see me looking up, my board is here. I probably skipped over so much because I was trying not to inconvenience people. I know I told you 7 is 8. It's probably over 8. I don't know. But thank you all for tuning in, for everybody that tuned in, for everybody who write me, for everybody who send me messages, DMs, who share my posts, who who share everything on social media. Like, I just appreciate everybody. Please, again, you can catch replays on Anchor. You can see it through Spotify, Apple, Google, Pocket, Breaker. The videos will be on my website, mywhittney.com. It'll also be on Raquel at Rocky Road Media. Again, that's ROCKYROADMEDIA. You can also go to rockyroadmedia.com and check out all of the playbacks of Rants and Robes, everything on the Porch Talk podcast that we've done in the past. You can check that out. Please go to the website, like and subscribe. Also go on Facebook to Rocky Road Productions and like the Facebook group as well. We appreciate everything that you guys do and all of the support that you give us. Again, I thank you, thank you, thank you. We thank you. You can catch me tomorrow. I'll be on Rants and Robes. It'll be me, myself, Quincy, and Raquel. We have a great show for you guys. So I appreciate you. Thank you. I will see you. And I think I'm going to say